Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sizzling Lizard Creature Labs, and I'd like to introduce you to my very first articulated eye stalk. Observe. Wake up. How you doing? How you doing? See there? Look at me. Look at me. Come on, look at me. Very good. Very good. Now, look back at the camera. This is harder than it looks. But, as you can see, it is working. Sort of, more or less. Now, it's obvious that this is not under mechanical control. I'm controlling it. It's a puppet, basically. I could replace the 4 cables with servos, motors, animatronics, air pressure pumps. I have no idea how I would do this yet. At the moment, this is very much an old school puppetry setup. And it's very crude. Keep in mind, the total cost of this was $21, and I spent about 4 hours building it. So, for that amount of money and that amount of effort, I'm fairly pleased with the results. I mean, it is a moving eye on the stalk. Now, obviously this wouldn't be the finished product. I wanted the eyes to blink. That would require extra control cables and an articulated eyelid. That would be very difficult. I also would like more articulation toward the end of the shaft. As it is, it just tends to point straight out. Now, I know how to do that, and it would require another set of control cables and an entirely different setup. That's going to get extremely difficult. Now, this setup is crude. This is fishing line, some bushings, some plastic tubing. There's nothing really that complicated about it. Of course, the problem is I'm the controller. To automate this process, I can think of a couple of ways to do it. None of them are easy, and a couple of them are cheap, but not easy. This would be a huge mechanical assembly, which wouldn't fit in the flower pot. So, I've learned a lot from this experiment. One thing, it was fun. It was fun. See the eye moving around there. And I enjoyed it, but 29 of these, and that's how many eyes Mug has, that would be extremely difficult to do. Even 2 are fully articulated eyes, and the rest just sort of ambling around. Man, that would be quite an undertaking. So what I'm looking at is a design change here, a serious design change. I think the only way I can do this is to abandon the attempts to make the eyes move around like this. I simply don't have the resources to do that. As you can see, what I have are the contents of my junk drawer and Sneed's Ace hardware. And I'm not Industrial Light and Magic. That's just not going to happen. What I think I can do instead is leave the eyes more or less fixed. But the eyeball itself, I might be able to make move and blink. That might be impressive enough if everything was concealed with foliage and you had eyes going back and forth and blinking. So I'm going to investigate that as my next phase of the project. This is really cool, but I don't know how I would do this on any kind of actual workable scale, because it's one thing for me to operate it, and I'm putting a considerable amount of force back here. This is 30-pound test line, and I'm probably close to exceeding the breaking point. I expect some of them to pop almost at any moment. Yeah, I know that's scary. But going to have to be some serious design changes. If I had an entire special effects department behind me, could this be done? Oh yeah, it could be done easily. Unfortunately, as I said, it's just me and my drill, basically. So. This is cool. I'm going to keep this guy around because I like it. And I hope you've enjoyed watching this very first test. Now, I am going to try the articulated eyes for next time. And we'll just see how that goes. But for now, say goodbye, MugEye2. Wave, wave. Bye. See you next week.